I know you've written about galvanizing the black vote. Why is that difficult? What's the issue?
Well, all of a sudden there's an avalanche of new laws that have been proposed in some 34 states that will have the effect of making it more difficult for people to vote. These are new voter ID requirements, cutbacks on early voting, restrictions on how one can conduct even a voluntary voter registration campaign. Indeed, yesterday in Ohio, a World War II veteran went to vote, showed his veteran's photo ID, and was denied the right to vote in Ohio because, quote, the law there is so restrictive that it requires an ID that has a matching address. These new requirements are simply voter suppression tactics. We ask why. We ask why now. We have to increase awareness about these new tactics because they are just not right and they're not consistent with American values. Well, there's no doubt that all people should be concerned about any unnecessary restrictions on people's right to participate in this very cherished American institution, and that is voting in the electoral system. We are hoping that the Justice Department will exercise its authority in those cases in southern states covered by the Voting Rights Act to disapprove these voter ID laws. And indeed, in Wisconsin, a circuit court judge just this week issued an injunction against Wisconsin's new voter ID law. So there's going to be a great deal of resistance. But we're saying to people, become aware of the laws and the restrictions and the requirements in your own state. Well, I think that the Department of Education, Secretary Duncan and his team are doing the public a great service by finally documenting some of these disciplinary disparities that we've noticed for quite some time. And I think it requires a focus in this nation on how to fix those problems, how to recognize the difference between bad behavior and what may be learning difficulties or some other underlying concerns. And this really demonstrates why our report this year has a focus not only on voting but on education and jobs too, because the future of the nation says we have to provide educational opportunities and motivation for every single young person if we're going to have the type of 21st century economy we want. Right now, the president has proposed the American Jobs Act. It includes a number of recommendations that we made. I'd like to see Congress, both the Senate and the House, give the American Jobs Act, the entire American Jobs Act, an up or down vote. And I challenge anyone who has a problem with the American Jobs Act to offer another comprehensive proposal. Not a slogan, not a set of talking points, but a comprehensive proposal. There's no one-shot fix to the economic challenges we face. But the American Jobs Act certainly is a legislative step that we can take in the Congress of the United States right at this time. That bill has not been afforded an up or down vote. We need to focus on education, a focus on entrepreneurship, a whole range of things. But that's something that every single candidate running should give their position. And if they don't like the president's proposal, they need to have a better idea.